This is recorded on the same day as the RAM, just doing a lot of these videos. Let's talk about my biggest wake-up moment back when I was 14. Okay, so I am 20 years living strong with a rare disorder, MSUD, and I plan on documenting it soon and even making an album themed after it. The upcoming project, of course. But I need to open up to you guys about the time my disease actually almost killed me and I remembered it. Most near-death experiences I have with this disorder, I don't really remember because my head gets too fuzzy afterwards, and it was in my youth years, like 3 to 8 or something, I don't know. But we're going to talk about this, and it all started when I had bad teeth. My teeth right now, they're okay. A little stained, I brush them, I floss, and I go to my dentist. Kids do the same, by the way. Okay? So, back then, I didn't brush my teeth as a kid. I was really unhygienic, and I openly admit that without embarrassment. Because as a kid, you don't really expect to care for yourself. Some kids do, at least. Some kids are raised to think about that. Some kids aren't. I was just me. I didn't really want to do anything as a kid except for play video games and look at the girls in my classroom. But I am glad I brushed my teeth, showered, and everything now. I'm a clean kid, and it's great. On the other hand, I had 2 infected teeth, one on this side and one on that side, okay? Keep that in mind. So these teeth decided to grow really bad. And at the time, we were looking for a dentist that would take them out. Now, my mom took me to this place. It was a house, and it was done by a dentist, an actual dentist. He ran from his house. And it was pretty awkward at first because I remember being on the table, getting my teeth pulled, and they were asking me, stuff I could eat when I had my teeth pulled out. And before they could even put the anesthesia in, the needle, I saw it go in my arm, and I passed out. They just put it over me to make sure. So I wasn't laughing gas. And the first thing I said after that whole experience was, "I'm Superman," and then I sobbed like a little girl. So that's interesting as well. So with these 2 teeth being removed, I had extreme mouth pain. Now, how do they deal with that mouth pain? They give me codeine, all right? It's a medicine with codeine in it. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was kind of like to keep it from infecting and stuff. And I took it, and it had a negative reaction to my disorder, which is MSUD, which stands for maple syrup urine disease. Look it up if you don't know it. It's a really rare, complicated disorder. I'll get into a whole different explanation in a different video. But here's what I'm trying to say. It triggered my disorder and made a negative reaction. I started off with me being tired, and then I laid down beside my mom to take a nap. And the next thing you know it, I'm on the it wasn't the bathroom. It was the living room. I was on the living room floor with 911 being called by my parents. I was rushed to Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland. Now, if you don't know what this hospital is, it's a hospital within the hoods. Like, there is a ghetto on every corner of this hospital. This is a dangerous part of Baltimore, all right? So, I don't know what really happened before that because it was all blur. When I am sick of my disorder, I hallucinate. But they tried taking me to the hospital here in Cumberland. And apparently it took 8 doctors to hold me down just to get the IV in because I was hallucinating and it gave me some random strength. And it took 8 of them to pin me down to get me to cooperate. My dad realized who was screaming and didn't even need to ask where I'm at. He knew where I was, and the doctors were pretty shocked about that. I was in a hospital for what seemed like a week after this codeine reaction in Baltimore. I cannot have protein, so I can't eat. I'm drinking a lot of fluids. I'm throwing up. I'm completely miserable, and I guess this was my kid version of my come to Jesus moment, that life is actually precious and valuable and can be lost any minute. You know what I mean? That's why I'm in the moment, dude. I live in the moment. If I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Or if I want to say something, I'm gonna say it. Or if I want to accomplish something, you best damn well know that I will go above extreme amounts to accomplish that. But I was in the hospital for what seemed like a week with my parents sitting in the room with me. And one thing that kept popping in my head was, this could have went completely more bad and I could have not woken up. I was asleep for 2 days. And the last thing I remember is waking up to them giving me food protein that I couldn't eat and having life support beside me, such as like IVs and stuff, and to keep track of my levels. Well, it took about a week to recover, and I wasn't really doing good either. I was throwing up, I was sick, I was fatigued, I could barely keep my eyes open. It was like my disease had me sedated personally. And of course, I wasn't getting much food, so I wasn't really getting energy. And they allowed me to walk around the hospital one time. And as soon as I got up to go walk out, the first few minutes, they called me back to my hospital bed to lay there. I couldn't even take showers. They had to wipe me down with these wipes, and of course the bedpan, which I'm not a really big fan of, but we're not going to get into that. Around the last day, I was thrown up, and my mom was tired of being there. I was tired of being there. My dad was tired of being there. I was personally better, but I was still throwing up because my levels were still up a bit. But my mom's like, we got to get out of here. And I was sitting there throwing up. I was trying to get down all my fluids, and I couldn't get it out. We filled up a bucket about this wide, this big, to the brim with throw up. We hid it under the bed just so we can say I didn't do it. And I came home completely okay, except my ass and legs were numb for about 4 hours. I thought I crapped myself on the way to home, but it wasn't. I come home and I sit in my room and I look around and I realize I may never saw that room again. So you know what I gotta say to you kids? Life can be taken from you from the most inconvenient situations. Mine was just a medicine a dentist gave to me. If you want something done, you do it today. If you want something said, you say it today. If you got an idea, live that idea. And if you got a dream, follow that dream. Don't let your life be a statistic to just being on a straight end. Because you're put on this world to accomplish. You're put on this world to live and make memories. You're not in this world to just sit in the office and hate yourself. Stay tuned for more stories and more lessons. Have a great day. Eat your vegetables. Drink your fluids. Play your games. Go out with your friends. I don't know. Do something. Peace.